Howdy, welcome back to Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, the game. As you recall in the last episode, I showed you Dark of the Moon Ratchet, and as promised, I have finally finished 2007 movie Starscream. I won't waste any words, we'll just get right to it. Behold, movie 2007 Starscream. Oh, the problems I had with this one. I've had the most frustration out of this guy that I think any other mod I've done for Transformers thus far. I went through several versions. I was first thinking, you know, let's make him like replace the G1 skin, but then I figured it would make more sense for him to be the standard skin. So he replaces the standard skin for Starscream, visible in the war room. Visible in the war room. Yeah, you get the gist. Okay, this one was a lot of work. A lot. But enough of that, let's get into the details. Okay, starting with the head. Let me see if I can get it into a good position. That is not a good position. Okay, he's got the, it's faint, but he has his head crest now. I worked it out as best as I could. It was rough, but you know, did the best I could. He's primarily based upon the, G1 Colors skin, because obviously it had no tat, so it was a lot easier to work with. He's got Stop Moving. He's got his Squadron logo on the chest. Took some time to figure that out. I think it's like 7th Fighter Squadron. It's something like that. Either way, took a lot of research, or guessing, to figure out what his Squadron logo was, and slapped it on there, and he now has that. Okay. His first FW, or whatever that thing says, has been added, and the camo below that's been changed. It's not dark, it's more balanced. That's what I'll say. He's got the blue gills on the sides of his head. Let's see. He's got... He's got stuff. He's got... Move over. It's kind of a tough spot to get good shots. He's got a little bit of yellow stuff on his legs, on the bottom of his legs. We're not be able to see that too well. His crotch. Yes, I'm mentioning robot crotches again. It has the light spots, like, right in the middle. You see the two bright spots, kind of near the top. Yeah, that's been added. I think that's pretty much it for the front. Turn around, Screamer. He's got that. I'm really proud of this. He's got the yellow, slightly yellow part on the back of his legs. That was kind of important for me to get, because you know I'm a detail nut, so I needed to get that. He's got the Air Force symbols on his wings. I don't think the original F-22 had that. Huh. You know, I just realized something. My reference indicated that the jet had like 2 of those Air Force symbols, but the robot mode, I'm pretty sure, had 2. So that's weird, but whatever. A lot of the yellow stuffs near his hips has been replaced with gray, because he didn't have a whole lot of yellow there. I checked the official CGI render, so it's not wrong. And it's right, because I used the official CGI's reference, so there. And one detail I'm very proud of, on the back of his legs, I don't know if you can see that, on the back of his legs, right there, the bottom of his legs, kind of, yeah. Either way, he's got a ever so faint, dark series of lines down there, which was a very minor detail, but I included it because I felt it necessary to get as accurate as I could. Okay. He's a lot more gray now, as you can tell. Weirdly enough, the standard Starscream for this game was blue, kind of, which is strange. But it really is gray, so I made sure to stick with that as much as I could. I think that's about it for robot mode. Right. Okay then, Starscream, transform. The jet was the worst part of all. I had a terrible time with this one. This one had the most work. Let's start with the first I had to clear off all the tattoos. I used a blend of the G1 body and the actual movie skin as a combination to make this. Now, the camo, I hated doing the camo. Hated it. Because his texture is horizontal, right? It's his you probably don't know that, but his texture is horizontal. But as you can see, the perspective is different horizontally on the texture than it is vertically. So I have to rotate the texture, try and guess which thing is right. I don't know where I'm going with this. Point aside. Anyway, it was a painstaking work. But for camo reference, I used my movie masterpiece figure, which is a great figure, by the way. Exceptionally good reference for the camo, because I am a terrible free drawer. I can't do it very well. So I just traced over that. No, actually, I actually used the exact camo and kind of set the layer as a hard light, so it kind of just blend better. And it's pretty darn accurate, like pretty spot on. I got the little Air Force symbol right there. That was worse than the camo. That freaking sucked. Because the perspective for that is wonky. It took a lot of work, but I got it. And I'm happy. Okay, and there's also the logos on the wings. I've included both. Because from what reference I did have, he only had those logos on the outside of his wings. And those were kind of hard to do as well, because the texture's perspective is just wonky, and it sucks to deal with that. We can just look at the underside here. Not much to write home about. But, yeah. That is movie 2007 Starscream. And you could download him and Dark of the Moon Ratchet right now. I was originally planning them to release them in a pack together, but I'm like, you know, when would they be together? That didn't make sense. So, they're both included in this pack, don't get me wrong, but they're separate files. So, you have one file for Ratchet and one file for Starscream. And I think you're really going to like this guy because you better. I put a ton of work into him to make him as good as I possibly could. So, link is in the description. Go get him. Him and Dark of the Moon Ratchet are now available. I'm not going to be doing a mission. Just going to showcase him for you because it's already 8 minutes long. So, yeah. Go get Starscream. I have one more thing to show you before I go, so hang on. As you know, I often include icons of my mods for multiplayer, and this one is no different. So I'm just going to show you those real quick. Play match, host, whatever, doesn't matter. Ah, there you go. His new icon, which is probably one of my absolute favorites I've done for icons so far. Really good. Also did one for the boss battle icon. Those are all set up, so yeah. That is it for movie 2007 Starscream. Expect an enhanced version of Starscream based off of this Starscream, just with tattoos. Just imagine that. That's pretty much, I'm going to include that in the enhancement mod because that's technically what Revenge of the Fallen Starscream is. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for more mods. I don't know how long Starscream is going to take to finish off. I think after that probably gonna do a few more enhancement mods. The Fallen was brought up, so I'm gonna try my hand at him. So Fallen and Starscream enhanced will probably be next, and then I'll probably be moving on to all Spark Power. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. Don't know when that's gonna be. Till then, later.